Welcome to the Fast Leader Podcast, where we explore convenient yet effective shortcuts that will help you get ahead and move forward faster by becoming a better leader. And now, here's your host, customer and employee engagement expert, and certified emotional intelligence practitioner, Jim Rimbach.
Maximum contact center agent performance is impossible unless your customer is involved in grading and coaching agents. So make it simple for you and customers with the award-winning external quality monitoring program from Customer Relationship Metrics. Get over the hump now by going to customersgradethecall.com/fast and getting your $7,500 rapid results package for free. Okay, Fast Leader Legion, today I'm excited because I get the chance to share with you somebody who I've known of for a long time and have greatly respected his work, and he's here. Brad Cleveland grew up as the third of four kids in Nampa, Idaho, a small town outside of Boise. Eventually, he found his way to Point Loma College, where he met his wife, Kirsten, of 27 years. After working a few years with organizations in their customer service operations, Brad and Kirsten moved to Annapolis, Maryland, where he became a founding partner in the International Customer Management Institute. As CEO, Brad grew ICMI into a recognized brand in publishing, training, and consulting, eventually leading to a successful acquisition by London-based United Business Media. Brad Cleveland is known around the world for his contributions to customer service strategy and management. He's worked across 45 states and in 60 countries, authored 8 books, and appeared in media ranging from the New York Times to the Wall Street Journal and NPR's All Things Considered. His clients have included many service leaders like Apple, American Express, USAA, Google, and others. Brad maintains a busy travel schedule and has logged an estimated 5 million miles in travel, speaking and consulting to organizations around the globe on customer service and how to shape it and get it right for the fast emerging omni-channel environment. Brad is also a private pilot, enjoys skiing and mountain biking. Today, Brad lives in Sun Valley, Idaho, near one of America's iconic ski resorts with his wife, Kirsten, and their daughter, Grace. Brad Cleveland, are you ready to help us get over the hump?
I am, Jim. Thank you.
Well, thanks for being here. I've given our listeners a little bit about you, but can you tell us what your current passion is so that we can get to know you even better?
I am so interested right now in this whole multi-channel environment. It's just omni-channel. It's just fascinating out there. All the ways that we communicate and the expectations around that within organizations and between organizations and our customers and in our personal lives. And maybe the technology is just a little bit ahead of where we are in managing it. And I think it's just a really interesting opportunity.
You bring up, oh, wow. I mean, just a whole diverse slew of questions in my mind when you even mentioned the word omni-channel, right? So for many years, we've all been focused in on this whole multitasking issue, right? But then when the science comes out and tells us that if you want to actually be effective and be more efficient, that you shouldn't be doing all this multitasking stuff because you can't focus.
Yeah.
A lot of issues associated with switching from one thing to the next. So when you start thinking of omni-channel, that could be frightening. What comes to mind when you think about that?
Well, it's when you were going through the introduction, I was tiptoeing around my office trying to turn off all the devices, and I'd forgotten to switch to silent. So, omni-channel is really from an organization's perspective, giving customers choice and ensuring all those channels work together, and you can switch from one to the next, and it all just works. It's transparent. But yes, we have to be able to focus, and I think that's the great challenge of our time. To get these channels out there, but at an individual level and really at an organizational level, being able to focus on what's important right now, not letting clutter get in the way.
You bring up a really good point about what's important and making sure that the clutter clears its way out of our minds. And a lot of times we lean on leadership quotes at the Fast Leader Show because sometimes they help provide that clarity that otherwise we just don't have. Is there a quote or two for you that you can share that gives you that clarity? Can you share it?
I remember something the late Robert Townsend used to say, the former leader of Avis, used to always ask the question, what can I do in the next 3 hours? And that's helped me so much over the years. I think of it often. We're not guaranteed tomorrow, but I've got today. What can I do in the next 3 hours to move something important along? I have to say, Jim, there's one other quote that often comes to mind. I'll just throw this in the middle. Dory the fish in Finding Nemo, when they were going through a really tough and uncertain time, she said, just keep swimming, 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 swimming. I'm not sure what that says about me, but that one comes to mind as well.
Well, I think both of those really, kind of fit into what you were talking about a moment ago in regards to that focus and clearing away the clutter. Is that you just keep swimming, right? I'm a huge fan of the Carolina Panthers, and they just talk about keep pounding. That's one of the things that they keep referring to, and I think that's that's one of those quotes or phrases or something that provides that clarity and makes you more mindful in regards to what you have to do and focus on.
Yeah.
So when you start thinking about, oh gosh, I mean, even yourself, referring to the whole Omnichannel, logging almost 5 million plus miles globally and having to be able to, manage and lead a business. And even now you're doing a lot of, your own, work in regards to speaking and authoring and all of that. There's a lot of humps that we have to get over in order to be able to, keep focusing and swimming and going in that right direction. Is there a time for you where you've had to get over a hump because, maybe you weren't going in the right direction? Can you share that story with us?
Yeah, that's a great question. And, let me mention a story that I'd be remiss not to. I don't tell this very often, or at least I haven't told it very often, but there was a season over a couple of decades ago now that really was a point of demarcation for me. And I was working with my business partner at the time, Gordon McPherson Jr., running the International Customer Management Institute. By the way, he is a great mentor, friend, an amazing visionary. He retired in 96. So this was a handful of years before that. And we were in a hyper-growth mode. Every alert organization was beginning to realize that with the advent of the internet browser and other new ways to connect and engage, that service was becoming more critical by the day. So we hit the timing just right. We're out there helping organizations with their strategy and getting their service operations in place and how to manage them. And we had clients worldwide. I mean, we had more work than we could handle. We had airlines and financials and government, and it was exciting. I'm in my 20s and traveling and in conference rooms, and it was fun. And I got a call from Kirsten one afternoon when I was leaving a client site. She said, there's something on the back of my hand that doesn't look right. And I've got an enlarged lymph node under my arm. And, we didn't think it'd turn into much, but after many tests, it turns out it was melanoma. And she's, beautiful, fair skin, young, Scandinavian descent, kind of the demographic for this horrible disease. And the stats for lymph node involvement were bad. It's variable. It can go in any direction, but they were bad. And the doctor sat me down and said, she may have 5 years. And my outlook changed in an instant. Money, travel, success, all the trappings that we think of success, none of that all of a sudden mattered. I would have given anything for her. It was the deepest anguish I'd ever experienced. That was over 20 years ago, and by the grace of God, we got through it, and today it's 100% behind us, and she's vibrant and healthy. She can outrun and out-hike me any day. And 7 years after that, our little girl, Grace, came along. Kirsten's treatments didn't impair her ability to have a child, so our daughter's name is Grace because she truly is a gift of grace. I don't tell that story often, and my heart goes out to others who are facing severe trials, and some far worse than ours, and with different outcomes. But I will forever be more sensitive to the challenges that so many face and forever more balanced. I mean, every day is an opportunity. Every day is a gift.
Thanks for sharing that story. I mean, as you were telling that story, and gosh, I started finding some myself, going through some emotions, with someone who doesn't like me to talk about it, who's very close to me. And it's amazing when you start talking about what we were even talking about a moment ago, and that whole focus piece and the Omnichannel and all these things coming at you. It's, really gives you a total different direction and understanding of keep swimming.
Right. And, for me, the whole experience changed my priorities and my outlook. And executive boardrooms and tough projects and challenges in the economy and leading organizations through some tough times. None of those things are any bigger of a deal than they need to be. And it may sound like a contradiction, but I enjoy my career and helping other organizations and others even more. I can go at these opportunities with gusto and verve because there's not a lot that intimidates me. It is what it is. It's no more than that. We're all here together for a little while. Let's make the best of it. Let's go out these possibilities. Let's go out these initiatives with everything that we have and make them as great as they can be. So, and that's one of the things I love about customer service. It truly is about serving. And if you're an organization, you get things in place the right way, you can make things easier for a lot of people. But I've enjoyed my career even more, and I'd never wish an experience like that upon myself or anybody, but it gave me such balance and such focus that, don't make these things more than they are, but make them everything they can be.
And even, thanks for adding that additional piece because it got me to thinking, and that's really even a conversation I had earlier this morning with my wife talking about, somebody at work who is having a little bit of a struggle with them, developing, their work groups and working with others, and that, we often don't really stop and think about it, but as much as 60 to 80% of our jobs are really entangled and contingent upon the strength of relationships that we have at work and with partner organizations and with our customers.
That's right. And I think understanding and being sensitive, and this is a lifelong learning thing for any of us, but understanding and being sensitive to what others are going through and the challenges, the opportunities they have, and viewing everybody through their potential. Wow, that gives to them, but it gives back in so many ways.
And gosh, you also brought one thing to my mind that there was a video that was done. I think it was by Cleveland Hospital, where it really brought out those things. So when you start thinking of a patient or a family member or someone like that walking through the doors of the hospital, you don't know what floor they're going to. You don't know if they're going to be excited and go to the maternity ward or be totally crushed because they're heading to the ICU or you just don't even know what they're going through. And they crafted such an impactful video. I'm going to try to put a link to it and make sure that it's on your show notes page because you brought that to mind. And I think that's a really important consideration for all of us is that, talking about serving, what is the other person going through? What are they thinking about? What do they need? Because ultimately, collectively, that's going to help us all move to a better place.
That's right.
So when you start talking about, we even mentioned it as far as, the travel, the authoring, the family, all those things that are so positive and impactful in your life. When you start looking at all those, what are some of your goals?
Well, I really am, back to the top, fascinated by the omnichannel environment that's taken shape so quickly. So on the professional front, that's really the next leg up for many organizations. And it involves the totality of people and processes and technology. And, it's all encompassing. It spans the organization. So I'm working with some great companies, doing some keynotes. I'm having a lot of fun. And I never have in my career been tied to any technology or solution. So I really can provide an independent perspective and bounce things around. And I've never seen more opportunity for so many organizations to really differentiate and to see the benefits from that. On the home front, our daughter Grace is in the 8th grade. She's going into the 9th this coming year. And Kirsten and I are having so much fun being a part of her world, which is so full. And I'm doing some, mountain biking and skiing and trying to get out there and stay healthy, which is so huge. So it's been fun. I've got a lot of things I want to do, and every day is an opportunity to push something that matters forward.
And the Fast Leader Legion wishes you the very best. Now, before we move on, let's get a quick word from our sponsor. Developing your contact center agents using surveys is what monkeys do. Elevate your ROI on VOC by building integrity and agent engagement with the survey calibration process, only available in the award-winning external quality monitoring program from Customer Relationship Metrics. Move onward and upward by going to customersgradethecall.com/fast and getting your $7,500 rapid results package for free. All right, here we go, Fast Leader listeners. It's time for the Hump Day Hoedown. Okay, Brad, the Hump Day Hoedown is the part of our show where you give us good insights fast. So I'm going to ask you several questions, and your job is to give us robust yet rapid responses that are going to help us move onward and upward faster. Brad Cleveland, are you ready to hoedown?
I'm ready.
All right. What do you think is holding you back from being an even better leader today?
Clutter and distraction. Devices that go bing all day. Ignore them. Turn them off. Get something done.
What is the best leadership advice you have ever received?
Focus on the next 3 hours. That's what we all have. Move something forward.
What is one of your secrets that you believe contributes to your success?
I think kindness. I've had the opportunity to work with people from all over the world and laughing with them and taking an interest in them and basic manners and the humility that we're all in this together. That goes so far. And I've found that to be true across any culture.
What do you feel is one of your best tools that helps you lead in business or life?
Setting fewer priorities, not more, fewer, but those that really matter.
What would be one book from any genre that you'd recommend to our listeners?
Well, if I can mention two, Getting Things Done by David Allen, which is great for focus on what matters to you. Very well written. And I picked up a book called Younger Next Year, which has been out there for a while, but it's by Chris Crowley. He's a retired attorney. He is funny as all get out. It's on health. I think he's close to 80. Read it whether you're 20 or 80 or any point in between. It's just really well done, and health is an essential enabler.
Okay, Fast Leader listeners, you can find links to that and other bonus information from today's show by going to fastleader.net/Brad Cleveland. Okay, Brad, this is my last Hump Day Hoedown question. Imagine you were given the opportunity to go back to the age of 25, and you've been given the opportunity to take the knowledge and skills that you have now back with you, but you can't take everything. You can only choose one. So what skill or piece of knowledge would you take back with you, and why?
I think perspective without having to go through a crisis to get there, which I guess some of us need. And along with that, enjoying the journey. It's that old saying, life's what happens to you when you're making other plans, and all the clutter and chaos and challenges and the rigmarole of the day to day. Enjoy the ride. Enjoy every day.
Brad, it was an honor to spend time with you today. Can you please share with the Fast Leader Legion how they can connect with you?
You bet. So bradcleveland.com, Cleveland spelled like the city. Twitter is @BradCleveland. You'll find me on LinkedIn and other channels. And email is brad@bradcleveland.com.
Brad Cleveland, thank you for sharing your knowledge and wisdom. The Fast Leader Legion honors you and thanks you for helping us get over the hump. Thank you for joining me on the Fast Leader Show today. For recaps, links from every show, special offers, and access to download and subscribe, if you haven't already, head on over to fastleader.net so we can help you move onward and upward faster.